Say you get this position.
I'm white.
Yes, as white. Is a7 a good move?
Well, let me take a short thinker and then I will say yes or no.
Yeah.
A7 is...
I have never ever looked at endgames with any of my students.
Yes. It's a good move.
Why?
Because you can't walk up with your king now, so because of my rook. So now you need to move your rook. You don't have that many useful moves with your rook that I could see.
Okay.
So whatever you play now, I guess you could play a random check, but it wouldn't do much.
What if I told you black is going to draw here?
Okay, so you're gonna trade up rooks and then get stalemated, I guess. That's your idea.
Okay, wait, you're saying this?
But yeah, because you can just go rook to e7.
Rook to e7. Okay, but if rook to e7, what does white play?
I guess I just checkmate you.
Right. Well, it's not checkmate, but well, it is. Okay, with the promotion.
Yeah.
So this doesn't work, but you're on the right track. So
yeah. So you go for the check first, e5.
Okay.
And now king goes to up, and then you go left. You go a5.
Good.
And
Okay,
if you
there
trade,
we go.
yeah.
Okay. So you can think.
Okay, I can see it when you said. Yeah, I didn't see it instantly. I didn't see it early.
Okay.
Which is the problem, right? But I could see it when you told me it
Yeah.
exists.
I mean, these are the kind of end games that I'm figuring that you haven't I don't know. So you played end games, but I also want to just show you end games because I feel like we always only talk about openings, but talking about end games is something never talked about before. So
I feel like end games are OP to be good at.
Yeah, if you're good at end games, it's
if you're like insane at end games, you can always trade even and probably outplay a guy.
Exactly.
Especially in lower reloads.
Exactly. So let's do a few more of these.
Okay.
I'm basically pulling these off the top of my head, so. Okay, so. How does white win in this position?
How does white win?
Thank you, new poor no map patron. Thank you, welcome back to your second month. Was it here? Did you show him the queen h5 he missed? Oh shit, I forgot to show him that. It's fine. I'll show him later. Why doesn't any have a name like openings? A lot of them actually do. I'll show him a little bit. White first, yeah. And it's white to move. I don't know if I forgot to mention that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so my first idea is pushing h7.
Right.
So I go h7. You go h2 with your rook. I go rook to f1. You have to move up your king. I go up with my rook. You need to trade, and I promote to queen.
Wait, you're so fast with these. What the heck?
I wasn't that fast, huh?
I mean, that was really fast. I showed this to somebody who's about your rating, and he couldn't even find it. So you're actually just thinking really fast.
I told you I'm an endgame beast.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting you to be this fast with it. Okay, so what happens if rook to d7?
Let's push it now.
If you push it, what happens?
I guess I made that actually.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I guess I was too fast. I was too naive. So first I need to bring in a check on f whatever.
On where?
Actually, I need to go c4 to push away from my king.
Okay.
And now I can promote it.
Correct. All right, and if the rook goes to d8?
Let's go rook to h4 now. And
Rook-
push. No, wait, I can't do that either, because you're still for king mate. So I first go with the check on c4, and then I can go rook h4. Right?
Wait, what? What are you doing now?
Now I'd go rook to h4.
Why rook to h4? If rook to
Is it
h4,
draw?
that's rook h8.
Oh, I guess I just go rook to d4 and just straight off.
Exactly, it's the same
Like I
tactic.
say, like yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so these are like kind of fun puzzles. Okay, so do you see more rook endgames, or do you see more like what kind of endgames are the most common that you see?
I guess rooks are the most common, yeah. Rooks and pawns.
Rooks are the most common. Do you usually win those?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So there's another puzzle that I wanted to show you, but this is just like more of like a thought thing.
Okay.
Okay, wait. It's been so long since I actually looked at endgames.
Okay, this looks more fun. It's more complicated.
I think it's good for people to not always permanently look at openings.
Yeah.
It's like always like every time I coach people, it's always an endgame. It's always an openings angle, and I'm like, man, do people really want to see openings permanently 24/7? Like, what if people actually wanted like a little bit of a break, you know? Okay, so wait a minute. This bishop is actually, let's put it here. Okay, if it's white to move in this game, what would you play? Thank you, Zelbed, for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, endgames are really cool. I was teaching somebody the other day, and I didn't even realize I had so much endgame knowledge that most people don't have.
I'm gonna think a bit more here.
Right, it's just white to move. Chat, you guys can think too, you know, right?
Okay, I was gonna talk while I'm thinking. My first thought was this f6 with the pawn, because it's protected by the rook, and I push your bishop really far in, basically like deleting it from the game.
Yes. Good job. It was that simple.
It was that simple? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just making sure that you know these kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I overthink things, you know.
You're 1100, and I'm like, I really don't know what you know, you know? So I'm just here like, yeah, this bishop is gonna be perma locked, and it's going to be extremely, extremely useless.
Yeah, because now my next plan is to go after your like A7 pawn, eventually, after I like close up the...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can do pretty much whatever you want in these kind of positions.
Yeah, he's gotta get the rook on the 7th rank and go after that, because that's...
Exactly. Okay, so just talking about rook endgames in general, do you know like the combinations when they're winning? Do you know like Filater? Do you know Lucina? No. Okay, so most rook endgames, you have to be up. Usually, you have to be up 2 pawns to win. Like even being up 1 pawn is not enough to win.
Yeah, unless there's like super far pushed, right? And like...
Yes, unless they're super far push. But even in that case, wait, let me just clear the board again. So, if you get this position, is this winning or a draw for white?
This is a draw. But here's only 1 pawn up. I guess it's like 1 pawn, but yeah. But if my king was closer, it'd be winning. If I can block off your king, right? Because now the kings are like equally far away. But if my king would be on like, let's say D6, I would be winning, right?
If your king was on D6, right? Because now the king can faith.
Exactly.
Yeah, check it all the time. Okay.
So it's like it depends on a lot of factors, right?
There's a lot of factors going on here. Okay, so let me actually reverse the rooks for a moment here.
Okay.
Here. Do you know about this tactic? What is white?
I'm white, right? And
yeah, you're a white.
Tactic? Let's see.
It's not a tactic. You just have to win. That's the only thing you gotta do. You just have to
win.
So
white is winning here?
Yeah, white is winning here. Chased. Wait, what do you mean? How's that position a draw? That position is a draw.
So...
I flip the rooks now, Wukong.
What I would do now, I would play king to f5.
As first. White?
Yeah. Now you move forward your king towards my rook.
Do I need to?
Or what would you play here? That's black.
I mean, I can just go, for example, sorry, I made it. Okay, so let's go, I go here.
Yeah, I go king to e4.
Mm-hmm. Just go here.
King to d5.
Okay.
King to c6.
Okay. Wait, I actually messed this up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Here, I can just go here.
Why?
Why? Because how do you make progress?
I can go rook to c8, no?
If you play rook c8, I just take your pawn, right?
Alright, but why can't I just walk towards my pawn? Defend it.
Okay, so you go towards your pawn, I'm gonna play this.
And here I would probably go king to b7.
Okay, and then I just keep checking you.
Okay, but I guess I can't walk towards your king.
Okay, wait, what?
No, I can't walk towards your rook, right? Because you're just gonna avoid me.
Well, yeah, so I'll just avoid because when you go like here or something, I'll just end up playing that.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go all the way back to the beginning.
Go all the way back, okay.
Okay, so the king is here. It's white to move. Alright, think about this. Alright, what is your goal here?
I mean, okay, so I can always go. I wanted to get your king away from the corner, so I could go rook to h8. That's my end goal. But maybe it works out already.
Why can you not play rook h8 right now?
Because I thought. I guess it does work.
Hey, Teenage Shark, how's it going?
I mean, if you go king to g7, it doesn't work anymore, right? Because I promote.
Yes. So if I take on a7, what happens?
Oh, then I get your rook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. So I want you to memorize this tactic, okay?
I mean, that's what I was looking for, kinda, but for some reason I thought it didn't work.
Okay.
Because you would just. Yeah, I misthought it. But that's actually what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my plan was to get what you. Okay, never mind. Yeah,
No.
I mean, I wanted to get your king away from the corner, so I could go. Like, I wanted to go king g5, and then I thought you would go king e7, and then I'd go for it.
Oh, okay. So you thought like you could push my king away, but like you know, just
but
having...
it works already.
Yeah, it works already. Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is like a really, really, really important case of rook endgames.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the classic in rook versus rook, like where you win the other rook by lining them up. And then,
exactly.
Like,
okay. So.
Yeah.
Now my question to you is, in this position, is this a draw or a win for white? White to move.
A draw.
Okay, correct. And why is that?
Because I don't have any way to make progress without you pretty much checking my king or...
or just moving the king back and forth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now the natural progression in this position, it will be, if white had a pawn here. Sorry, if white had a pawn here, is this winning or a draw?
Oh, it's really winning.
Now it's winning if it's here?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's incorrect because this pawn doesn't
incorrect?
help. Yes, the king can just move back and forth here anyways.
But is this not winning for white?
This is not winning for white.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
this looks so winning.
That's why I told you rook endgames are super difficult. Like
Okay,
when beginners say that they're good at endgames, I'm just there like, please tell me more about how good you are at endgames and if you know all 700 of these like endgame positions.
I don't think I'm good. I know I'm really shit at chess. So, but I'm actually surprised. This is not winning for white.
This is not winning for white. Yeah.
Because I can't get your king out of these tiles, right?
Exactly. And people are saying 1100 elo, your opponent will blunder this endgame for you, but the whole purpose of learning these endgames, right, is that Finn progresses further than 1100 elo. That's the whole point. So this is a draw.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like in my elo, I win this endgame. That's why I'm surprised.
Yeah, I think this is a big mistake that beginners make, and this is why they don't improve, is that they think that they don't need to like learn things higher than their elo because they're like, yeah, it will never happen to me. It doesn't matter in my elo. But the whole purpose of learning this stuff is that you want it to apply.
Against you because in my elo, I only win because of like tactics and people never see them.
Yeah.
That's like actually how I win games.
Exactly. So on the rare occasions you get these positions, then all of a sudden it's going to become really, really useful. So.
Okay. So you do this. I go forward with my king.
Mm-hmm.
I go pawn h6.
Yeah.
Now I go king to f6.
Okay.
They have given 179 gift subs.
I guess it's this position again.
Yeah, when we get this case against, right? Like,
your rook is so annoying.
The rook. Black can just hover the rook or check. Yeah, exactly.
How OP is the rook actually?
And this actually teaches a lesson too about piece activity. So do you know in an endgame, if you're trying to promote, you want the white rook actually behind this pawn, right? And if you're trying to defend against a promoting pawn, you want the rook behind the pawn, like permanently. Yeah. It's always better for the rook to be behind.
I mean, you don't want to be ahead of it because you only like block it at best.
Okay, just making sure you know, just 100% making sure you know. Okay, so now this leads us to another really interesting position. Is this winning for white?
And my first instinct is yes, right?
Okay.
But I need to think a bit because now I can kind of hide from your checks behind my pawn, no?
Not even necessarily that. But how does the pawn on f4 affect me being able to go to these two squares?
Oh well, yeah, it will push you out from it, or I'll promote the pawn.
Exactly. So once your pawn gets to, okay, wait, let me actually just think. I think this is a very easy winning position, actually.
Yeah, this looks really easy to me. You just push.
Let me actually make sure. Okay, so let's say it checks now. There's king here. Oh, so actually, I now remember the reason. So you can just go, literally just, like, you just stop the rook from having checks. And then when f6 happens, you move the king, and then you have this check, which helps you promote. So this actually baits away the king, and if the king goes here, then you just push this and promote it.
Yeah, of course. What if it's on G file?
If it's on the G file, wait a minute. Let me actually think.
Because I feel like on G it should still be draw, right? Because it's still only those two squares you can hover.
Okay, wait a minute.
It's the same concept as the H file.
Yeah, G file is also a draw. Yeah. G file is always also a draw. H and G are drawn, and then the F file is the only winning one.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes. Okay. Now, do you know the Lucina position?
Lucina, that's a Smash character.
Oh yeah, that's the one I play. It's like the only one I play, actually.
Oh really? Yeah, I play Lucina, Marvin, Crom. I only like the swords.
Oh wait, same. Oh, it's the Irelia thing. Okay. Yeah. We probably play the similar style character in every game because we play the same. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's just drop a rook over here, and let's say
rook on E1.
White has a rook. Okay, this isn't a strict Lucina position. Okay, let's actually make it a strict Lucina position. I think it starts like something like this. All right, how do you win this position as white?
Okay, let's put those brain cells to use. You already gave me a hint, so that's a bit easier for me, but probably rook a8 first. No,
actually that was not a hint at all. That was just me not even knowing how to set up the position. Okay, so well, think about it this way. If you play rook a8, what is black gonna do?
That.
Actually, this might be losing because of that, so that's actually not even a good move. Okay, let's say I go here instead. Okay, the reason that king to d6 doesn't work is because if you play this, there's this, and then you have rook to here, and then this pushes me away from protecting my rook.
Poor rook.
Poor rook, indeed. Okay. Thank you, Buzz.
Now, I would probably like without putting too much thought into it, I'll probably play king to f1. No, king to f8. But then you just go king to d7.
If I go king to d7, you can just promote.
Yeah, of course.
But if I go here,
yeah, you just keep checking me, and then I need to go back into draw, or I need to. So you can repeat moves.
did I set this up wrong? Wait, I'm trying to think right now. Wait, so if you go here, then I go here.
Yeah. And you just keep checking me wherever I go.
Well, technically, you can just run the king all the way down. Do you know the zigzag thing?
Yeah. The staircase?
Yeah, the staircase. Yes. Because like if I ever go here, you just go here. This
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
a draw. I mean, it's a winning position. I just can't remember how to set up the Lucina. Man, I haven't looked at these Rook Endgames in like literally like 10 years. Like I think more than 10 years, like 16 years I haven't looked at these.
Okay, coach.
Okay, coach. Yeah, that's my bad actually. But I mean, usually
If you tell me the concept,
yeah.
if you don't know the exact position, please tell me the concept.
Wait, let me just Google the Lucina position real quick. It's really, really easy. Oh, it's, okay, wait, here. I can do it. Okay, so here. All right. In this position, white to move, how would you win?
Okay, so it looks easy, but it's probably not easy because it's like a famous puzzle.
Well, it's actually not that difficult, honestly. This is one of the more basic endgames, so.
Okay.
You don't need to overthink it.
King to e7.
Okay, if you play king to e7, now I go rook e2.
Woohoot gifted a tier 1 sub to Railbird 80. They have given 180
doesn't make any progress.
subs in the channel.
Okay, so now it doesn't quite work, right? Because, wait, not that move, sorry.
Yeah.
Now there's rook to f1, and you can't move your king away. Okay, so if you want, so like, what's the furthest you can go? You can go here, right?
Yeah.
Then I have rook here, and then you have to move back, and this whole thing repeats again. So how do you make it so that your king's able to go here, and then just stop him from being able to check you, and then promote your pawn next?
First get my rook to d7.
Wait, what?
Okay, so first I want to get my. I need to defend the pawn with my rook, right? Either on d7 or a7. I don't know which one is best. Probably d7.
I don't think that really helps you, right? I mean, you can't really get your rook to defend that anyways, right now. Because your rook can't go to d7.
Yeah, not now, but it could after I went to king to e7.
Okay, so I'm gonna teach you this concept of building a bridge.
A bridge?
A bridge. Okay, so envisioning the fact, so the thing about chess, solving anything, trying to win in chess, it's all about finding a position in which you're really winning, right? So if we've determined that in this position, it would be winning if he wasn't able to do this check, then we can work on getting to a position where he's not able to do this check.
Yeah.
So here, after rook to e2, I mean, obviously this isn't gonna work, right? So we can play rook to d4 first. Okay, so rook to d4. Now, if black just, does nothing with his king, now this whole tactic kind of falls apart for black because then you have rook to f4.
Yeah.
And then
so what if you go after my rook?
Yes, then you can just promote. So,
no, I mean if you go back.
Pardon?
After I go rook to d4, what if you go king to c5?
Okay.
That's also what happens.
So if you go here, I gotta turn on the engine, dude. I don't even know this. Rook e4. Oh, because then you can just move the wait, no, if you move the kings, then this winning as well. This is also winning, but it's more effort. But you can also just go rook to e1, and he doesn't actually have a way of stopping you from playing king to e8.
Yeah.
Because now he doesn't have these eternal checks.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Then it makes sense.
Yes, but the important concept is in order to be able to make this bridge happen. as well.
Having something that can block the enemy checks, so you don't get checked for an eternity.
Exactly. So I mean, also like maybe just for help, you know, you can just play Rook to F4. People are now asking in the chat, why not Rook to F1? Which move do you guys want to play Rook F1 on? Like this move? If you want to play Rook to F1, then the king just goes closer.
And the king is.
And then now this king can't come out again, right? The
Yeah.
whole reason the rook was on the d file is to move this king away. So if the king goes to e6, then you just have king to e8.
Woohoot gifted a tier 1 sub to
Does that make sense, chat?
They have given 185 gift subs in the channel.
Yeesh. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the fillator position. Okay, we're just gonna go through all the rook endgames today.
Fillator? Who names these positions, by the way?
These are all... Fillator was this dude who died in like 1700s.
At least. Dude, if I was living in the 1700s, I'd just fish all day, I swear.
Yeah, honestly...
I would legit fish chess all day long if I did those.
Well, yeah, there was no League of Legends, right? You would just be playing chess.
I swear.
Okay, so the fillator position is actually a draw. Wait, I think it's a draw no matter who it is to move. So your job actually is going to be to draw this position.
As black.
As black, yes.
Okay.
So what would you play here?
I'm black, I wanna draw. Man, okay, I guess rook to f1.
Okay, so rook to f1. Oh, wait a minute. I keep forgetting to turn legal moves on. Rook to f1 is probably losing.
Why?
Because king to e6.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't
There's
work.
checkmate. If you play rook to f8 now, there's rook to a7, and then I'll get your rook.
Yeah, that's losing.
Okay.
Rook to b6? I don't know. This one is tougher.
This one is tougher?
It's sure a rook move. Right? I am so lost.
Okay, so what are white's like threats? Like what does white want to do?
Well, first white wants to push the pawn to e6.
Right? Also additionally, what does he want to do?
Okay. Maybe I can let you push to e6. That's maybe not that dangerous now because I can check you so long. Right. Oof, okay. This is actually a lot harder to find.
So where else did you... What else was white trying to play last move? Do you remember that? When you played rook f1, where did his king go?
To e6.
Right, okay. So, would it make sense to cut off this file? Sorry, this rank.
I don't know, because I thought if I did that, you would just play pawn to e6.
Okay, so let's say you go rook e6, and then you go rook e6. If you play rook back to b1, does white have any moves here?
Well, you can push e7, but I guess I'll just check you if you do that.
Exactly. Okay. So let's say I do this. What do you play here as black?
f1.
Okay. And then if I go here?
e1.
Okay, then I go here?
e1.
Okay.
e1.
Exactly. Do you see the idea now?
Yeah.
So the fillator position is really important. It's like a textbook draw. Man, I don't even know how many times I've messed up these kind of positions because it's just like... It's just you have to stop your opponent from going here. But basically, once your rook gets here, white doesn't have any way to progress.
Actually, knowing these are really OP.
Pardon?
knowing these positions are really OP.
Yeah, knowing these positions instantly gets you like 200 points. Like, trust me.
Yeah, I mean,
because like nobody, like if you don't know these, then it's just, you know, and also in endgames.
It's so easy to draw.
Yeah, and you might also, your opponent might also just not know this, so then you wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So the third rank thing is super important.
Yeah.
And it's just like knowing the fact that if they push the pawn up too far, then there is nowhere for the king to hide, and then you can start just drawing them from the back.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So these are rook endgames. How often do you get king endgames?
Occasionally, yeah.
But you still get rooks a lot more, right?
I would say maybe like if rook is a 6, king is a 4, and then bishop is like a 2, and knight is a 1, and queen is like very rare.
So do you know about the... Do you know opposite color bishop endgames are usually drawn?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay, you've heard that. Okay, so I was just making sure. Because like, it just makes sense. Like, it's really difficult to progress.
Yeah, you just can't do much. Like, you can't cover every square.
So something... Okay, this is like entering fun chess territory. Man, I miss doing these. Like, these are like the things I did when I was like really, really young. I haven't looked at chess like this for a really long time. Okay, wait.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, endgames are like the geometry of chess. Okay, so if it's white to move here, the kings don't really matter. If it's white to move here, how would you win?
I'll go king to b4.
Okay, so if you go king to b4, what the heck?
Woohoot gifted a tier
There's
1
king to
sub
b6.
Trophy 20. They have given 100
King c4.
gift subs in the channel.
Okay.
King d4.
Okay.
King e4.
Do you think you can win this?
No.
No? Okay. Let's go back to the beginning then. How do you win this?
I see it now actually.
Do you? Alright.
I think so. I think I should play f5.
If you play f5, what are they gonna play?
Well, you're hovering that pawn, so I assume it's gonna push that pawn.
Yes, or you can just take. Actually, taking is probably just easier.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay.
These are just opposite pawns, right? So there's nowhere for your pawns to progress. But okay, so you're winning in this position. Think about it. You don't have that many moves. You've already made a king move. You made a pawn move. How many more moves do you have?
It feels unfair to try now because I failed twice.
It's okay. It's okay. Now it's 50-50. We're just thinking here.
G pawn.
Okay, why pushing the G pawn though? Why push the G pawn? How does this help you? So if you push the G pawn,
okay, maybe. Okay, then I just push my other pawn.
Which other pawn?
The H pawn.
Now.
No wait. No wait. Man, this is so hard. What?
It's not hard. It's just geometry. It's just pretty chess.
So now I push the F pawn.
Okay.
And if you capture, I push to win.
Good. There we go.
This is way harder.
Yes. I mean, in this case, it doesn't help because he actually promotes at the same time, but this is the idea of the puzzle.
Okay. Yeah, because this is not winning for white.
Because like it promotes too fast, but like the concept is that you're able to use your pawns in this way. It's the main concept and stuff. So.
Okay.
Yes, it's winning if the pawns are on the 5th and the 7th. It's not winning if they're on the 3rd or the 6th. But Okay. See, endgames are really pretty. They're also the most complicated things ever.
If you know them, you know them. But if you don't know them, you don't know them.
Yeah, that's why, you know, there's like endgame books and people study like endgames just as much as they study openings. It's just that nobody puts any effort into endgames, which is kind of sad because they're missing out on a lot.
And they're kind of OP, no? Like,
Yeah, but everybody is more focused, I think, on just getting their openings correct, right? It's a lot more rare. And also because once you get into endgame, people are so low on time, nobody's like trying these days.
That's why you gotta know it by heart.
Yeah, well, you don't gotta know it by heart. Well, you do kind of have to know it by heart, but once you see a lot of these things, a lot of these ideas just once, it suddenly becomes quite easy for you to see them. Okay, wait, I'm gonna go to get my book. Actually, I'm gonna show you like a couple more because I think they're really cool. All right, be right back. You can talk to my chat.
Hi, shots. Thank you for being on my side. It goes on with taming. Knowing you're there. That makes me happy. Shimano.
A lot of shamas. Okay, so I can't remember off the top of my head, so I just wanted to get the puzzle like exactly correct. Okay, this is like a book that I've been recommended to my chat for a really long time, and I actually ended up getting it for myself. Like, this is the pretty much the only book I've actually read the entirety of. So,
Okay.
okay. Oops, that's the wrong color pawn. Okay, let's go here.
Okay.
All right, this is like tactics stuff. Explain to chat what a book is first. Yeah, true. Okay, so it's white to move and win. The book is called Silman's Complete Endgame Course.
Bishop F6? Bishop F7?
Bishop F7?
If you capture, then I go rook to H7, get your... Does that not work?
Not really, no.
Okay.
You have a much... That's not winning in the first place.
Okay.
Because... Oh wait, why is my king going there? You can just move the king here, and white has to deal with like pretty much defending his own stuff, right? So he doesn't really have time to...
I guess it's just draw this position.
Okay, but you're winning here. Jeremy Silman definitely wrote some pretty crucial books back in the 90s. Takes, check, mate. Indeed. Bishop 7 is your first instinct. Yeah, go and assess your chest. That's exactly what I read when I was a kid. Man, these things are like taking me way back. Like, I did all this stuff when I was like fucking 3 years old. Flex. Can't believe 18 years later I'm still doing the exact same shit. Feels like I haven't improved at all.
That's just chess. It's just endless. It's a black hole of time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll be right back in the washroom. Okay, BRB chat.
Chat, is it H7? Just taking the rook, taking the pawn on H7? That seems too easy. That seems too simple. Has to be rook H7, no? Because my bishop is cutting off his knight. Is that simple? There's no way it's that simple. I don't believe it. H7, what does he do?
I see the force in CD.
Thank you
I
so
think
much.
H7, he needs to either defend his knight or move the knight. Moving the knight seems more usable.
Wait, what are you thinking about?
I was thinking H7 is like the only thing I see now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's simple for such a complicated position.
This puzzle is actually marked easy.
Easy?
Yes,
Oh my God.
this puzzle is marked easy. So
Wow.
Wow.
Unreal.
Unreal, yeah. Okay, think about it this way. What do you absolutely want to play in this position? Like, what is your goal in an endgame?
Pushing my pawn.
Pushing your pawn, right. Because why?
I want a queen.
You want a queen, exactly.
I'm a simple man, I want a queen, you know?
So, what's wrong with pushing your pawn right now?
Woohoot gifted a tier 1 sub to
Pushing the
Fox's
pawn, the right
number
choice.
is taken. They have given
So if you take my rook,
194 gift
I
subs
take
in
your
the channel.
rook. You take my pawn, I take your pawn.
Okay. Is that any good for you? Here, I'll make it a little bit easier. Is this good for you?
No?
No. Okay.
That's really bad.
So let's go back here and think about it.
Okay, so I push my pawn. That seems like the correct idea here.
Okay, so if you push your pawn,
You take my rook.
right?
Do I play bishop f7?
Why bishop f7?
Because I get... No, that doesn't work, right?
What was your idea of pushing your pawn?
Pushing it.
Pushing it, so why are you not pushing it again?
Gifted a tier 1
Okay.
sub to No Miss
I'll push it again.
Right, if you push it again, what happens?
95 gift subs in the channel.
Well, your king is cut off, which is very good.
Yes.
Can't really approach it. And you're... I mean, I guess no one can approach it, really.
Yes. So, are you winning here?
I'm quite happy here, yes.
You're quite happy here. Okay, exactly. So this is the train of thought. Like, I just want to develop your thought process here.
Okay.
It's about how you're thinking. So if you know you want to do something, right? Like, this is all about tactics and stuff. Obviously, as you get better with tactics, you're going to get better at doing this too. But a lot of people have an idea and then they don't pursue it. They're like, I can push the pawn. But at the first instance of resistance, they just give up.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is when you think about a move like g6, right? Sure, it might not work. First of all, he can't take chat because of rook takes h5. So if you do this, you're not always forced to take back.
Yeah.
So you have to think about other moves like g7. And this is a really, really beautiful intermezzo. These are called intermediate moves where you don't play the most obvious move. Yes. So, I mean, if rook h1, then you promote with a check. That's why there's no rook to g1 either. So
And then you're gonna have a nice little endgame.
Yes. Okay, so let's do one more. Oh, this one is...
I should have seen that one.
You should have seen that one? I agree. I think you have the ability to see this one. But it's just about... You're not, like... It's all about developing your thought process, right? Like, that's why these positions are really, really... Like, that's why endgames are really good for just to look at, because it's not...
I think I was looking at too many other moves. And I didn't really think about the simple moves, like pushing the pawn.
Okay, so... Okay, wait a minute. Let me just set this up. All right. Okay, this one is black to move and win.
Black to move and win. Okay, this one I'll find.
Yeah, all right.
Alright, so my pawn is pushing upwards.
Your pawn is pushing upwards, indeed, yes.
Okay. That's great to know.
I flipped the board, so this is... Now we're watching this from black's point of view.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're working through this chess book together, guys. I was doing these the other day, so... I was doing these for fun. Kekem, imagine studying chess for fun. Dobranoc, Luther.
Okay, so I guess I'll use...
How many
I'll
pages
again,
is
my
it?
first instinct says...
Like 500.
I don't know if it's... Wait, okay. Boom. Boom.
You gotta remember, I can't... I don't know what you're saying when you say boom.
Yeah, this is mental. I'm drawing mental arrows.
Drawing mental arrows, okay, awesome.
Yeah. I take, you take, I push.
What is this book?
Push
It's
again,
Jeremy
okay.
Solomons.
So I think I should take your bishop with my rook on e6.
And if I just play rook takes e6?
Then I push my G pawn.
Okay. What are you threatening?
G3 into checkmate.
Okay, but what if I just play like rook to f7 then? Wait a minute.
Okay.
So I tried to not like, I would rather not make the move on the board, but for your sake, I'll do it because it's probably easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go here, and then what do you do now?
But I don't have a lot of legal moves here. I can only do one move.
Right. So now the king just comes out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was wrong.
That was wrong, indeed.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fine.
That's fine. We try again. Okay.
We try again.
So you're on the right track. You already have one idea in this position. Do you think
your king is really like runnable? That's what I'm looking at right now. That's what I see.
Okay,
mainly.
good. That's a really good observation. Perfect.
Yeah. That's like, but also if you capture on A, it comes with check, so it will slow down my idea. So that's also something I need to be aware of.
Exactly. Okay.
So these are like the key things. Also, the rook that will capture, if it captures, it will leave your bishop undefended.
Right. Okay, but he's up a bishop, right? So we're trying to win here as black, even if we get the
I guess
bishop.
trying to win. We're not trying to get the bishop, okay?
We're trying to win. Yes.
Here. We're going for the win here.
If you guys ask chess questions, sorry, I'm just not responding right now. It's not because I hate you. It's because I'm a little bit busy talking to Finn. I can't be able to coach all 5,800 of you guys at the same time. I'm sorry.
Rook e4. Because after I move the king, I have like a... I guess I don't really have a checkmate angle, because you have king g3. So that's not that good either.
Okay, wait, what were you thinking about?
Rook e4.
Rook to e4, okay.
That's not that good when I think about it more.
Because it doesn't really threaten anything, right? Like we can just move the bishop or something. Yeah. Okay.
But I still think I need to push the g pawn. I think I need to push the g pawn to g4.
Okay, wait a second. So you stated two things. We want to checkmate White's king, and we hate the fact that we're getting checked when he plays rook takes a4.
Yeah.
So, what is a checkmating net in this position?
Okay, so captures, threats. No. Checks, captures, threats.
Do you know checkmating nets, like just like back rank checkmates, those kind of things?
Not really, no.
Not really, no. Okay, so I'm gonna give you another hint. In this position, you're trying to back rank checkmate the king. Back rank checkmate is on this file. Sorry, on this rank. Okay, so if you're going from that angle. You guys are probably gonna see this. I believe
Oh! Okay, so I go... Wait, okay, so is it rook h1, king h1, king g3, rook h...
Yes.
No, rook e1? Okay.
Yes, exactly. White has no way of stopping rook to e1.
Yeah, it's just not counted there, right?
Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so do you see the train of thought here? Like, once again, I just want to emphasize the thinking process. You thought about trying to checkmate the king. You had the correct ideas, but you also hated the fact that this is a check. So to get yourself out of this check, you can literally move it. You move your king to somewhere where he doesn't get in check, right? But then that doesn't help checkmating the king. Yeah. So you push the king onto the back rank, and then you're able to back rank checkmate them.
Yeah, this is very nice.
Yes, but this is very five head. This is like doing these is gonna help your thinking process so much. It's actually the most clutch thing. Okay, you down for one more?
Yeah. I'm not for like 10 more.
Okay.
Maybe not the time for that. But...
yeah, I just have to go in like 10 minutes, but we have time for more. I think chat's enjoying this. Are you guys enjoying this? This is like something super different from what I usually do. Like usually it's just London theory, dragon theory, you know, everything. So doing
Dragon theory.
Yeah, doing endgames is something fresh for everybody. Okay, so we're gonna go out of Rook endgames for a little bit because I think we've seen a lot of those. So let's actually take a look at minor piece endgames, which are a little bit more rare, but these ideas are also going to be very, very important. All right. Here and here. Okay, so in this position, it's white to move and win. I don't go anywhere in 10 minutes. I'm kicking Finn off the stream in 10 minutes. Because I want to play Magic the Gathering. Like, Finn's getting kicked off, bro.
Does that work?
Sorry, what did you say?
Knight takes b6.
Yeah, okay, perfect. That was really fast.
Yeah. This one was kind of easy.
That one was easy. This is actually a medium level tactics.
Yeah, but this one is way more straightforward than other ones to me.
I guess.
This one is, you just take the pawn and then you just push the pawn, you know?
Well, you saw that. That's the important part. Not everybody's able to see that.
The rook was a lot harder. Like the Lucina and stuff like that. That was way, like, you need to think way further. This one was like 2 moves ahead. The other one was like 4 moves ahead.
Okay, so I'm guessing, like, for everybody, there's something different, honestly. Like, for everybody, some people find these kind of endgames easier, some people find those kind of endgames easier. It's actually really interesting. Okay, so once again, here it's white to move and win.
White to move and win.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say...
Once again, for everybody saying endgames are easy, bro, you haven't played chess for 18 years. You're not allowed to say endgames are easy unless you're like freaking Hikaru or Magnus Carlsen. So, yeah. Yeah, they know nothing
So I'm trying to
chess.
get to your back rank with my light square bishop, but if I go bishop to either C file or B file, you can just block with your own bishop.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
And I can't progress much.
Yes, you're right.
But I guess I could go, my bishop could go to H5.
Okay.
And if you take, I push. And if you take, I push. And don't think you have any counterplay here.
Exactly! Okay, good job! Alright, there we go. I'm so happy right now. You're just picking these up really, really fast. Alright, perfect. So you understand this idea of how to play these kind of pawn structures?
This is like tempo, you know? This is just tempo. Because I have so much, because my pawns are so much further up. So even if I sacrifice a piece, I still have tempo on the pawn, so I get the queen before you.
Yeah, that is really impressive, actually. Okay, so let's end on this one. This one's gonna be really difficult, so it's totally okay if you're not able to find it.
Now I feel like I need to find it.
Honestly, that's every League player. You can't do it? Okay, I'm gonna do it. It's our ego. Okay, so it's black to move and win.
Black to move and win.
Yes.
And I'm pushing my pawn north.
Well, not north. You're pushing your pawn this way. Okay, wait. Let me flip the board so it's easier.
Okay,
so we're trying to push it here. Yes.
Okay. Now it makes more sense.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I've never heard somebody say north.
So I guess you're also one tile away from queening.
Yep.
So
this is the book, guys. Free plug for Jeremy Okay, dude, I should get a ad money for this. This is not an ad, but it's a really fucking good book. Yeah, this book is good for newbies. It starts at 0. It starts at the staircase. Do you guys all know how to play the staircase? That's where it starts at. I'm actually gonna get that book, I think. I'm gonna get Aggressvine Shahe. What's a staircase? Oh god. One is chess, one is pawn. The one to heaven, yeah. What is chess? I like stairs. This is going really well. Is it white or black to play? It's black to play.
Rook to b4? I'm not sure here.
Okay, so I think your rook to b4 idea is you want to make the Lucina, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we were looking at before.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that idea a lot, but if you play rook to b4, and honestly, wait, Nigo moves. Toggle this on. Okay, if you go to rook to b4, and I just play king to h3.
Yeah.
What are you gonna play?
Yeah, this doesn't lead too much.
It doesn't lead too much, right? Because if you go here, then the king just comes back. If you try to move your king, then there's this stuff. Okay, so what are the conditions for you needing to win this position?
Well, I need to move my king so I can promote the pawn.
Right.
I need to make sure my king can't get chain checked by your rook.
Exactly. Okay. So we are trying to set up a Lucina position, correct? Or we're just trying to make it so that our king is no longer in front of our pawn.
Okay, but rook to b3 is really good now.
Well, rook to b3 also doesn't do a lot because there's always just rook to f7 or something. And if you just move your king, then I just come back.
No, but I would go my king to e2 here.
Okay, and then I just play here.
And then I block.
Then I take and then I promote.
Yeah. It doesn't work, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that only works if you don't have a pawn. Okay.
This one is so hard. This one took me like half an hour to do.
I refuse to believe it's like crazy rook sacrifice here. So I don't think that's too much.
There is a rook sacrifice, but envisioning it is really difficult.
Yeah, it's not instant. You have to like see the position and then it makes sense. But you need to get to the position where the sacrifice makes sense first.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we have two things we know, right? We always are worried about the b7 pawn. We're always worried. We always need our king away from the pawn in front of us.
Okay. So I need to make sure I take your pawn. If I can take your pawn, if I can queen the turn after instead.
Perfect.
That is a good condition.
That is a condition.
How do we get to that condition?
How do we get that condition?
Make sure our king is not in front of the pawn first. Or not first, maybe, but that's important because we can't promote if it's in front of the pawn.
Yes. Okay, I'm liking this train of thought. You're thinking correctly, and that's the harder part to teach, honestly.
And we need to make sure we can't like get harassed into a draw.
Yes. This endgame is really, really beautiful. It does exactly the things that you talked about, but you just have to find a way to do it. Yeah, work backwards from win condition, exactly. You want to make something happen? Make it happen.
Okay.
All right. So this is for black to move. Oh, thank you so much, Woohoo, for all the gifted subs today. Thank you.
I don't have any moves left to try, right? There's king to e1, there's rook to b6.
Okay.
There's rook to b2, actually, because that defends the pawn.
So right now we want to be able to push this pawn. So where can we actually put our king? Somewhere where the rook can't any longer check us. Thank you for the Polska Gorom.
Behind your king?
Yes. Okay. How do
Okay, so that's where we need to go. Okay.
Yes, we need to go to this square.
Woohoot gifted
So
a
how
tier
do we
1
get
sub
there?
to
We
They have given 200 gift subs in the chat.
Yep, what's the plan?
need to create a bridge somehow so our king can cross.
Well, not necessarily a bridge. Think about it this way. If the king moves here, what does white have to play?
Rook e whatever. Rook e7, yeah.
Right? Now where can your king go?
We can go in front of the pawn now.
Right, so now rook f7, because...
Yeah, and now we go to the left.
Okay.
And the bridge is created.
Well, and now we have to go here.
Yeah, and now we go to h2.
Yes. Okay. So now
And
what does white have to play?
White have to play rook to f7.
Okay. Perfect.
And now we just capture the pawn on b7.
But if you capture the pawn on b7, he's not forced to take yet, so he has he can take here. Okay, so now...
Oh, yeah. Now we push it.
No, if you push it, he's gonna take and then promote.
Yeah, wait, that doesn't work either.
So do you remember the other win con we needed was the fact that we have to take here and force his rook to take. So what? In which condition would he be forced to take on b7? And he doesn't have the choice of taking on f2.
When our king is defending the pawn.
Okay, but if you go here, he just plays this, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's the issue at hand.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little hint, a big hint actually. If the king was on h7, would you be able to take on b7 and force his rook to take?
Yes.
Right.
Also, we just walk the king down.
We force this king to walk down, but how do you do that?
Rook to e. b4.
Okay.
Now we push. No, we can't push yet because our pawn is hanging. So now we need to go king to g3.
Yes.
Now you check. Now we go back. Now he goes f7. Now I can push again. Oh my god.
Yes. Okay.
And now
perfect.
We just slowly choke him out.
Okay. So you go here. Oh wait, he actually can't even go here because now you're actually threatening to take this. So he has to go here.
Yeah.
When you play this, you go checks.
Yeah.
Here, 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 here.
Boom.
Boom. Isn't that pretty?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was really hard to find though. That was really hard to find.
I mean, it's like pretty much impossible to find unless you just sit down for like half an hour. It's like just one of those things that.
Yeah, I mean, you need to get the concept. You need to figure out what needs to happen for you to win, and then you need to actually find it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's chess in every single position. It's not just endgames. And that's the main takeaway. And also, obviously, these concepts are really, really important too. But the main takeaway from this is that, you know, if like going back to what we played earlier, right? If you want to do something, you can make it happen. You just have to think about like how you can do it. And this sounds really forehead again. I'm gonna go with instead of the just win strategy, now it's the just think strategy, but like that's literally how chess is, you know? Like you gotta think about it. If you find it, you're gonna win. But like the thinking part's the hard part. So